y'all. You now tune in to the Just a Tip podcast. It's me, Tiptastic. I'm back. Yeah, the consistency's back. I took a little break, but I am back. And I'm not alone. I have a special guest with me. This beautiful queen right here, Miss Eleanor, is in the building, sitting on these couches with your boy. Tiptastic. You know the vibes. Man, this gonna be a great episode. How you doing, Miss Eleanor?
I'm blessed. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me on your show.
Man, thank you for reaching out, to be on this show, man. Shout out to all my supporters. We're gonna go right there first. So shout out and love to y'all. So my first segment I always start with is 7 minutes to get your shit off. Yes, 7 minutes to get your shit off. So what that means, you can give out shout outs. Or you can just if it's something even on your mind or something on your heart that you just want to get out and just tell to the people, you got 7 minutes to do that. So it is now 5:51. So 5:58, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to use the whole 7 minutes because people don't be doing the 7 minutes. I really should be saying 3 minutes to get your shit off, and then maybe it go a little bit longer how I really want it. But you got 7 minutes to get your shit off. So you can reintroduce yourself, whatever. Floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Eleanor Marie Williams. Everyone calls me Miss L. Everyone know me by Miss Woo Woo or Sister Woo Woo because I'm always saying woo 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 because my favorite comedian is Martin Lawrence. A lot of people don't know about Martin Lawrence, but that's my favorite comedian, and that's the reason why I'm always saying woo woo. I coach Little League football. Everybody call me Coach Woo Woo. But the first thing that I want to say, my 7 minutes would be I'm blessed that I'm here. I am 53 years old, and I thank God every day for waking me up every day to see another day to just get it right, to be productive. But I always try to encourage everyone in my circle, don't get it twisted. Just because every day is a blessing, don't take it for granted. Because a lot of people die every day. You can be young, old, whatever. It's not by getting old anyone, and everyone need to stop living like you have another one to withdraw out the bank. It's not. Is this is it? You have to take care of this right here. This is only one of me. And I try to encourage everyone to make sure you take care of your body the best way you can because you never know when it's going to be your last day. So I always say, be blessed when you wake up every day. The first thing need to be coming out your mouth, thank you, God, for another day, another opportunity to get it right, to be productive in whatever you're trying to do in this world because God gave you a gift and it is your job to find out what it is and do your fullest to do it. I instilled that in my son. He's 24 years old. His name is Eleanor Williams. He's doing very good. So I feel like I'm a proud mama, and I'm proud to be here, and I'm proud to see another day. And I'm still working on my craft, even though I achieved a lot, but I have others that I'm working on as well. So I guess that's my 7 minutes. Is it 7 minutes?
That was not 7 minutes.
That's not 7 minutes. Oh, I can
Matter
go.
of fact, that was 2 minutes.
Are you serious?
That's
boy?
why I said I'm gonna start saying 3 minutes to get y'all shit off. Because of this right here, we wouldn't even be going through this no more if I just go for 2 minutes or 3 minutes to get your shit off.
Okay.
But before I got here, I was on the phone with a mutual person that we know. That's my brother, Mr. Mike L. He told me to say woo 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 woo. He told me to say that. And
Are you serious? That's my boy right there, man. That's a true supporter right there.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. That man's put me in spots.
Yes.
I thought I was done with. And you know what I'm saying? And he put me in spots like that. Real stand up dude, real brother. So shout out to my boy Mike
brother.
L. So you know what I'm saying?
Can't get no and his wife.
Yeah, shout out to
God.
I
Terry.
see, I ain't even want to put a name out there because maybe she want to be low key with it.
Man, you gotta be sure. You gotta broadcast your woman, your other half. You gotta say the name.
Hold on, see, I don't agree with that.
What you mean you don't agree with that?
The reason I don't agree with that because they might not be comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really an introvert. People think I'm probably extrovert. I'm really not. I'm really an introvert. But on here it seems like that because my other personality coming out. But my goddess, she don't want to be on camera like that. She did episodes and stuff with me, and we barely post each other, and we both fine with that.
Okay. That's good because life is peaceful. You ain't got no drama. You ain't got no issues.
Nah, my thing is us. I know it's other people, you know what I'm saying, around us, but it's us. So it's like, man, we don't let like outside influences, stuff like that, or like you know how people love to compare type thing. Like they be on social media comparing, like,
And they supposed
oh,
to be a couple in a relationship. You can't do that. It's supposed to be one.
yeah,
You can't compare because you be always competing
you,
with each other, and it's not about that. And then you always be, you be at each other
yeah, and
because
like honestly, if I didn't need social media, I probably wouldn't be on it.
thank
I
you.
always say that.
And my first one got hacked. Got all of my pictures as a man that took over my page. If you hack this one, I'm gonna be done with social media because it's not that serious to me. But everybody's on social media to promote who you are and promote your brand and stuff like that. But I disagree with that because you can promote it any other way besides social media. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so look, we got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. See how I help out? I got to help out with the 7 minutes. So I'm gonna give out some more shout outs. Right. First off, again, shout out you
My
for being a guest on my podcast, and so you putting your faith in me, and I appreciate that. Like
yes,
for real. Shout out to Miss Nisi.
yeah.
Always, you know what I'm saying. Always giving out
I always
opportunity.
do that too. Miss, if it wouldn't be for Miss Nisi, I wouldn't even be in half of the stuff that I was in because of Miss Nisi. You sound
That,
like me,
I'm saying
Miss Nisi.
Miss Nisi give out
Oh
opportunities.
my God.
Like she give out opportunities. I'm gonna make sure I clip this for her
Thank you.
so she can see that.
Oh my God. And she's
You know what
gonna
I'm saying?
love you for that. Because she loves, she does a lot for her husband, for her family, and for people that take the time out of their schedule to give a shout out to her. It means a lot to her. When
Yeah.
I know this lady, like just working with her, I know her, and
She work hard.
she works very, very hard, and she gets really, really happy when people take the time out of their schedule, just a little bit of their schedule, to send out a shout out. And everything I do, the first thing come out my mouth is Miss Nisi, because Miss Nisi is the one that put me in my first play. I never saw myself acting. It's always modeling or photo shoots. But Miss Nisi, I was going through a domestic violence situation, and and that's what she does, domestic violence shows and stuff like that. I was a speaker, but she turned around, flipped it on me, and said, "I want you in my play." I said, "Excuse me, I don't act. I don't do that." And she was like, "It's just a small part, just a few lines. You can do it. We have a lot of rehearsals. You'll have it by." I was like, no. And so she saw it. I want somebody that's been through. That's the only reason why I did it, because she said, I don't want no one that hasn't relate haven't dealt with it. I've dealt with it.
Yeah.
And that's what she wanted in the show, was someone that went through it. So that's the only reason why I did it. I said, okay, then I'll do it. Fine. And then we practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. And the scene was, I remember it happened on the TV. And then we practiced and practiced and practiced. And we got a little tear eyed.
Ooh, look, boy, drop the mic. Boy, I gotta put that in like a blooper, boy. Just fix that right
But
back up.
anyway, it's like we practiced and we got kind of emotional. But I knew in my heart the day of the show it was gonna get really emotional. And the lady that lost her loved one, which is Miss Nisi's cousin, was in the front row. And when I said I nailed it, I nailed it. So it got so emotional that I nailed the part. It got so emotional that I was still crying when I went behind the scenes.
Hold on, so that's kind of crazy. The 7 minutes is up, by the way, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna continue what's going, and we're gonna continue with this flow, right? So you just said you was really crying on stage. So the first play I was in, cause she put me in my first play too. When I started crying during that scene, like again, I still be looking at it like, bro, who is actually up there? Because I don't feel like that was me actually technically up there.
Yeah, that's
but it
how
was
I
me
felt too. Yeah,
But when I say I was crying real authentic tears, like I broke
down. Yeah, that's how I
because
was.
I knew that part that she put in that place, she put that in there for a reason. And it was
Yeah.
like
Like,
you gotta nail it.
yeah.
And the crazy thing is it kind of was like she didn't even know it. Like, but that part that I don't want to say she gave because I earned that shit. That I got, it kind of fit me. Like, he was like, man, I'm all about that fashion. Y'all see me, I got Tiville, I got my own brand.
Yeah.
I am actually all about that damn fashion. Shout out to my boy Dakari. I'm wearing his brand today. You know what I'm saying? I love hood chicks. So if
Okay.
y'all ain't watched that episode, go watch that episode because I love hood chicks. It got a whole deeper meaning that y'all probably wasn't even thinking of. So we gonna go ahead and we gonna go with you. Um, I want to start up about your journey. So you said modeling, right? Fashion, correct?
Yes.
So you weren't even thinking about acting.
No.
So we gonna go back there, right? So what wanted you like? Was it something you growing up in, right, that wanted to make you to get into fashion and modeling?
You asking me how I got started in modeling
No,
or the
like
acting?
like how did that even come about? Like in your mind at that point, like who got you to be like, oh, I want to do modeling. I want to be in the fashion.
Well, I'm from Houston, Texas, Sunnyside, born and raised in Sunnyside, Texas, alumni of Worthing High, class of '89. So how it got started because actually that's like the actually first time that anyone even asked me about how my journey got started or even
Mm,
how, they was like, oh girl, you just got it going on like right now. But never no one took the time I even asked me how I got started.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Y'all know
that's
I
kind
like
of
being.
deep.
Y'all know I like being
So
first, right?
yeah. So when I graduated from Worthing High School in class of '89, I moved to Anchorage, Alaska on a basketball scholarship. So I went up there for a
See, I seen the
basketball.
height. I figured you was a hooper. 'Cause I seen the height. I'm like, man, I ain't even know.
Man, Coach O'Neal, rest in peace. Rest in peace. Yeah, that was my first love was basketball. I ran track, I played in the band, alto saxophone. But when I graduated from high school, I had a basketball scholarship and I went to Anchorage, Alaska to play basketball at University of Anchorage, Alaska, which is UAA. And I went to school for about a year and then I got pregnant. And then I was working so much. At that time, I'm young. Never was going to the doctor, wasn't doing like you supposed to do. I'm just pregnant, working. Its cost of living was high. My grandma said never live in no tourist town. So I was working 3 jobs because I know a baby was coming.
Hold on,
And
you were working three
I was working
jobs
3 jobs during
and you was hooping.
yes. Yes. I had to because the cost of living was high. And then at that time, I was trying to get a roommate and the roommate bounced on me. I said, I don't care, long as you pay your half of the rent. When the time came to pay for the rent, she left me. Valerie Renee Briscoe. I still remember her name. So if you know anyone named Valerie Renee Briscoe, I am still looking for my $850 that you owed me like 20, like almost 30 years from now. I'll never forget that.
Hold on, I got a question. So you said 850?
850.
So
So 850 times 850, do the math. That was costing my rent
yeah, but see this thing.
for efficiency.
God probably already blessed you 10 times more.
Oh yeah, most definite.
So technically she don't owe you because God already paid for it.
Now you gonna save the girl.
I ain't gonna say the girls, but it's just my perspective though.
Okay, well anyway, getting back to my story. I had my baby. I fell on my stomach when I was working at Mrs. Fields Cookies, and I fell on my stomach. I was rushed to the hospital. My baby was 2 pounds and 2 ounces. The lady, the reason why I fell on my stomach, this lady was choking, old lady in the food court. Old lady sitting in the middle of the food court, and no one would even go into this old lady. I'm like, yo, y'all don't see this lady choking, choking, like really choking. And so I'm rushing to her, trying to get the water to her and stuff like that. And I rushed over there to her and I got the water to her, right? And she drank the water. Before I got to her, I fell down on my stomach,
Mm.
thinking, it's all good. I fall down all the time on the basketball court. It ain't nothing, not
Hmm.
thinking about my baby. But, I got to her, gave her the water and stuff like that. And then she said, old lady said, well, I'm good, but we need to get you to the hospital. I'm like, for what? I'm good. No, you're bleeding. I was like, okay, so what that means? Like you having a baby? I'm like, you're bleeding. That means you puncture the wound. I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about.
Hold
So
on,
they,
did you know you was pregnant at?
I know I was pregnant. That's the reason why
Oh,
I was working 3 jobs
yeah.
for my baby, trying to provide for my apartment. Yeah, I knew I was 6 months pregnant.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So they rushed me to the hospital. My family was gone. So I was up there by myself. My aunt had left. She left me in charge. I was doing it on my own. She went and got relocated in Atlanta. She's still in Atlanta. But they rushed me to the hospital and the lady knew that I didn't have any family. So I was out of it for like 2 days because they was just like, we don't know if we're gonna lose you or the baby. That's just how much damage you did to your stomach.
Oh
Then he
wow.
told me I would never ever have any more kids. That's a lie because you never know what God got in store. Bless me with another. He's 24 years old today. But anyway, the lady sat there for the 2 days that I was there, and she said, and when I came out of, she said, I knew you didn't have no family, and I felt that you're a special person, so I felt like I had to sit here for you, which I'm trying not to get emotional because it's kind of deep.
No,
This
you can get
journey,
emotional on her.
this journey that I started on that got me to where I'm at right now. It all started when I was in Anchorage, Alaska, and it felt like it just happened. So this old lady sat in my hospital room for 2 days, waiting on me to come back after I had my baby and stuff like that. And so when I came back, the lady gave me her name. She gave me her phone number. She said, you on your own because the hospital's going to take care of you and the baby. There's nothing more I can do about it, but you in good hands. I'm like, okay, then. Um, so I said, okay, then when I first saw my baby, he was 2 pounds to 2 ounces. Everything wasn't developed because that's the reason why they give you 9 months. Every month it develops everything on that child. And if that baby come out early before that, then he's gonna lose something. Well, my baby came out 3 months early, so everything wasn't developed. So it took a long journey. It kept saying, oh, he's gonna die. Every day was negative, negative, negative. My grandmother left her husband, left her family, and came all the way from Houston, Texas to be up there for me and to be on my side during that difficult time in my life. And she was a nurse, a head nurse. So no
Mm.
one else couldn't do that but my grandmother. And I'm her favorite. And she had to make sure I was going to be okay. And I said, Grandma, they always keep telling my baby going to die. They always going to keep saying he ain't going to make it. And the first thing she did when she came off the airplane, she came straight to the hospital. And I said, I want everybody in the room that's taking care of this child. And so she was there, and she said she let everybody talk,
Mhm.
but they thinking, oh, she a black woman from the hood, don't know nothing she talking about.
Mm.
So, but you not, they don't know her history, that she's a top administrator nurse from Houston, Texas, Riverside. I don't know if y'all ain't know anything about that in Third World, but she was a top wig in nursing and stuff like that. So she gave them all the opportunity to talk about this baby. And yes, he's missing this, and he's not gonna make it probably during the night, but his numbers is up, blah blah blah. And then all of them talked. Certain things that they said was incorrect. Was
My
like,
thing is like, damn, like y'all really trying to like, cause words matter,
yes.
and that type of shit there, I'll probably be ready to put my hands on 'em.
Well, my grandma, it was like that. But she said she gave them the opportunity to speak and stuff like that.
Mhm.
She said, okay, everybody spoke. Now I'm going to speak. Then she said proudly her name, just like I say my name proudly.
Mhm.
Mary and Lorraine Sloan. We say our whole name because we want the world to know who we are. So my grandmother said, you said that wrong. It's not that anymore. It's this. And they was like, and she was breaking it down in nurse terminology on them. Like, I know you can relate because you're in that field,
Mm.
but they didn't expect that would coming out her mouth because she's a black woman, thinking she's from the hood and she don't know nothing.
Yeah.
But she put them all in place. And when I say I had the top of the line service after my grandma came up here and put them all in check, so from now on, I'm gonna be in charge. Don't you tell her nothing else. You tell me everything. So it was my child, and the old lady that was there on my side, she left before my grandmother came up here, but she knew that my grandma was coming. So the old lady was my angel.
Mm.
The old lady,
I love.
the old lady gave me the name. The old lady gave me the phone number. The phone number was disconnected. The name that she gave me, the lady died 15 years ago. When I tell my grandmother this, my grandma said she was an angel. So when somebody's gonna be there and don't know you, that's your angel protecting you. Everywhere where you go, your angel will protect you. And that was my angel that was in my room protecting me during that difficult time when I didn't have no family. And that kind of hurt me because I lost my child after we worked so hard. When he was born, we was making everybody let people know that you can make it. Premature babies can make it. And our goal was to make it to his first birthday. And when he made it to his first birthday, we was good. And I didn't have any more things for him. Like my thing was to come back to Houston so he can meet the family, but everybody met him over the phone or they got pictures of him and stuff like that. And then me and my grandmother got into an argument and said, I'm gonna go back to Houston first, and then you'll go down after me. I want to get everybody set up, get ready for Elvin to come home and stuff like that. My child never smiled in his life. The day that my grandma was about to leave for the airport to get on the airplane, my child smiled at me and my grandmother. My grandmother already knew from the smile that he was about to pass.
Oh
But
wow.
I didn't know, she didn't know that for sure. But she knew, that's why she kept arguing with me, I have to go. I have to leave because if she said if she had stayed, she would have had a heart attack in which she died because she got close to my son. So that's why she left early. My grandma knew everything but couldn't tell me that. So before my grandma could even get to Houston, she was in Dallas and my child passed away. So I'm thinking, I'm going to go check on my child. My child died in his sleep.
Mm.
So when I called 911, I said my child is not breathing. His hands is cold and he's hard. I'm like, can you please come and help me? And so sometimes to this day, I still get emotion when I see ambulance. I still get emotion when I see the lights. So sometimes I have to pull over because it's like a memory. That's the only thing that it reminds me of my son when he passed away. It's the lights. You know what I'm saying? So, you just don't know what people went through and you don't understand their journey, but that's my journey. My son made me a woman. My son made me who I am today. It made me a stronger woman. And so when my son smiled, he said it was his time to come home. And he did. And so when I called 911, I'm thinking I was bringing my son back to life. And I'm like, oh, he's coming back, y'all. He's coming back. I see his stomach moving. But the whole time my air was going to him. That was my air in his stomach going up and down. So to answer your question, about my journey, about my modeling, I had to find something to make me happy. And I already knew that modeling was it. So I was sitting in the parking lot eating a two-piece Popeyes meal. Yes, they do have Popeyes in Anchorage, Alaska. So I started school, so I was simply Pilar School of Modeling. And so I'm like, I did a little bit modeling when I was in Houston, when I was in high school. I said, let me pick that back up. So my grandmother told me, you have to find something to get your mind off the passing of my son, and modeling was it. And she said, whatever it is, you got to put all your energy into it. You can't go halfway. In order for you to heal from that passing, you got to find something to get your mind off of that, or you're going to die, or you're going to lose it. And so that's what I did. And so when I walked into school, I told them I want to learn everything about modeling. I want to learn everything about how you walk the runway. So they black, they say that you ain't playing. I say I'm for real. So I said, how much it gives? I'll be back on Friday when I get paid. So they didn't think I was gonna come back. Came back on Friday, made my payment, and that's how my success started. Is with Simple Pilar School in Marlin. They look at my height and they said, oh yeah, you got it. And I did everything what they told me to do, and I nailed it. I went to New York 3 times and I nailed on the runway, my legs, everything they put in me, I nailed it. And they were just like, and I was like so serious. Like everything I did, I wrote it down. Like I did my research. I was researching Naomi Campbell. I was researching everybody. I was writing down my notes. I wrote down everything. I took it seriously. Everybody that was in class, when you do a show, you write down. Something just told me, just write it down. Okay, I did this show. David Furrow. I did Nordstrom's. I did all of that. I was writing all that down. I don't know why. I love to know. Everything I do, I have a book and a tablet. And I'm always keeping my mind occupied. I teach my son, if we're at the bus stop, we're going to read a book, we're going to write something. I don't like wasting no time. So everything I did, I was always writing it. So next thing in class, Pilar asked us, now we're going to do our resume. I bet you, I know only one person can get this right. And if you get this right, I'm gonna give you something nice, gas or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but she already knew who it was. So, and most of the girls that did the shows, we did the shows together. Mm-hmm. But I was the only one that wrote down every show that I did. So today we're gonna learn how to do your resume. And I said, okay, I know that. I got all my information. I know you do. But I bet you nobody else in this room, like, no, do you got your information with how many shows you did? No. do you remember? Well, I think I did this, and I think I remember that. And she said, that's unexcusable. That's not right. You have to write down everything that you done and make it to your resume, which I did not know that. Somebody just told me just write it down, and I had a whole page full of stuff. Ellen is the only one they know that wrote her stuff down. I didn't even ask her to do that. She did that upon herself, and I've been like that ever since. So it's just like my goal was to always make it to New York Fashion Week. I've always been in New York, but my goal is to make it to New York Fashion Week. So I'm going to try not to get emotional again because I am 53 years old, and my goal was to ever to go to New York Fashion Week. Well, that was at 20 years old when I made that commitment to myself. And so I said, I'm going to do everything to make that possible. And I never gave up. I did a lot of free shows, a lot of free shows, a lot of free shows. Lot of them.
A lot
of free shows. So now it's time to get paid for my worth. And so when I went to New York Fashion Week, not only did I get blessed with New York Fashion Week, but before I went to New York Fashion Week, I went to Atlanta Fashion Week in January, and New York was in February.
So how was Atlanta? Before we go to New York, because everybody love New York Fashion Week.
Yeah.
But, Atlanta got that soul, though. Atlanta got soul. It's that South.
Yeah,
It's that South love. So
Yeah.
how was the Atlanta Fashion Week?
Atlanta Fashion Week, I want to say it was nice because I never been to Atlanta. My aunt stays in Atlanta. So my aunt was really happy that I was coming to Atlanta to do a fashion show. She picked me up from the airport. She got me settled in at her apartment. We went to look for the location because we don't do no last minute stuff. We like to go and get the address and find out where the place is at. And actually, the studio is like this big warehouse where people go into different rooms and videotape videos. And Miko's, the one that just got killed.
Takeoff.
They do a lot of their videos there, Ludacris, and everybody. All the famous people that did videos. It got pictures on the walls who all did a video, and I got a video and pictures of all the people that did videos in this. It's a major studio that everybody and mama say you have to do your stuff at this location because this is the known place where everybody go and do they stuff. And so Atlanta Fashion Week was like, I try not to take over, but I go and do my thing, and then that's it. But the lady that was over the show, she was like, I know who got the most experience. Out of all the ones that was walking, I stayed in my lane and I did what I had to do. And then she just pulled me to the side and said, so what do you think? I said, about what? She said, can you make these models walk a little bit better, like somewhat like you do? I'm like, huh? I'm like, but I know you're not telling me that you don't know how to train on my. I said, yes, I do, but I didn't come here for that. I come here to walk in the show. Well, I want you to come and train them now. I want you to get all of them, line them up, and I want you to make sure they walk, make sure they keep their arms together. I want you to make sure they all have the confidence and the passion because it look like from the look at it right now, it's dead. I don't want no dead show. Like boring. But when you walk, you bring in my energy. You're not playing. I said, that's me. I can't vouch for everybody, but I want you to bring that energy and put it into them because I don't want no dead show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, then I can do that. So I lined everybody. I told them, hey, I need you to do this. Hey, I need you to not do that. I need you to stop right here. This mark that's on this floor is for a reason. That means stop your behind right there. I mean, they trying to videotape you. They trying to take a picture. So don't go no. If you go past that, you're not going to walk no more because you're not following instructions. That's just how I am. That's how I was taught. You know what I'm saying? You have to stop here to make sure we get good pictures and videos. Overall, it was a good show. My aunt was excited. She was taking pictures. Still ain't seen those pictures yet, but it's all good. But it was nice. It was my first one, but nothing compares to New York Fashion Week. Nothing compares to New York Fashion Week. The lady was so impressed with me. She wanted me to train her models, but I haven't heard back from her since then, And then I moved
You'll
on.
hear it back.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for that phone call.
Hey, man, that's how it be. I'm not gonna lie. In this industry shit, I be like, they gonna call? Like, do I need to hit them up? Like, did you get her information?
I have her information. She always say, something's going on. I'm gonna call you back. I haven't forgot about you. So we talk, but we really didn't talk
Oh,
about
she
the
ain't forgot.
contract or when I'm gonna start working. She gave me the breakdown and she's told me that she said I love to help women that's on a mission and you're definitely on the mission. I'm gonna do everything I can to drain whatever I had I have in you and make you successful and how I got started. And so I'm still waiting for that. So I can't wait. So I have to still keep on doing what I'm doing, which is training models and getting ready for Orlando Fashion Week, which is in July, which is the same people that I walk for in New York, which her name is Tara and Angel Fraser out of Black Barbie Boutique out of Oklahoma. And I was just selected from Tara as a modeling coach to train their models for their academy. I've already sent my proposal and everything to them. And matter of fact, I'm training the models for Orlando Fashion Week in July under Black Barbie. So I'm kind of excited because something that I always wanted to do. So I have to give my success to my modeling to my first son, Elvin Michael Williams, because, you know, I that was the reason why I did this, just to get my mind occupied from that passing. You know what I'm saying? But I thank God for my second son has made me a very more proud mom. I was drilling him everything that was drilled for me from sports and everything. He was a football star, track star, and I was just asking for one scholarship for a black boy. I didn't want him on no corny. Yeah, he was a bad boy in school. But we made it though. And my goal was to get at least one scholarship offer. God bless us with 40.
Huh?
40. 40 schools was
So
in
4-0.
40.
4-0.
Black boy out of Sunnyside, Texas. I did that. Single mom did that.
Salute
Yeah.
to the single moms, man. Real melanated queens around here. So you brought some stuff with you. So let's get to it because we got some magazines, man. Shout out to Archie. Because Archie, you know what I'm saying, I'm actually in his magazine too.
Yes.
And Men of Valor, shout out to him, man. He hit me with that. I was having a shitty ass day that day. When he was like, "Hey man, you've been nominated for like an award." Like I always tell people, all the shit I do is from here.
Yeah.
It's from here.
Yeah.
I don't do shit for no accolades. I don't do shit for no awards. I don't. Matter of fact, I really don't give two shits about it. But I do respect the fact that people acknowledge me.
Acknowledge you, yes. That they see you for
Yeah,
your worth.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. It was like I was having such a shitty day, and it was like I need a dub type shit. Like, and he, boom, boom, and I was like that shit brought me to tears because, like, bro, I'm literally stressing. Like, that's one thing, y'all. Stop stressing. I was stressing, like, and he hit me with that, and I broke down. I was like, bro, what are you stressing? You so grateful. You see this? What you just got? And so, shout out to him because I seen that magazine, and that caught my eye quick. So, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I took over.
No, you good. You good. You have to test. You got to testify your blessings.
Yeah.
Because if you don't testify to the ones that's help you on your journey, you can't forget about them. Because once you forget about them, then you don't appreciate them, and then that's when God starts taking away from you. So you have to give people their props, like Miss Nisi. You have to give people their props and acknowledge them. Because if you don't, you know what I'm saying, that's not showing your appreciation where you at right now. You have to give them their props.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do that, he's going to take it away from you. Like, you don't appreciate it.
I always got to show love. You get love, you show love, and you receive love.
Yeah.
So first magazine.
So Archie, Sheila is one of my models that we worked with, and we have a bond because we share the same thing in common, domestic violence, because we both been in bad relationships. So this magazine is kind of special to me because Archie selected me because it's the February issue, and I actually went to New York Fashion Week in February. So this is actually a special magazine because it has my sister on the front cover of the magazine. As you can see, it has me as the model coach on there, and then on inside the magazine, he did such a wonderful job. Where I just had it. So he did a wonderful job by putting everything, my story on here, I kind of gave a snippet of my life, of what I do, and as a model coach, and why I do what I do when it comes to models. So he put a lot of pictures on here. I put stuff on here dedicated to my son, my mom, on the second page, and then the third page he broke it down. Never give up on my dreams. Since I was 20 years old, this is actually the flyer from the New York Fashion Week flyer from the designers from that selected me as their model. This was their flyer that they came up with. And so he put this in here, and at the bottom of the flyer, he put down my testimony of never give up. I'm 53 years old. I don't look my age, and I still got it going on by doing what I love doing, which is modeling. And then on the back side of it, I was putting my stage plays information in here, which was at that time was The Final Hours of a Dead Church, which was the only play that I was in
there.
that I did an encore for.
I was there.
Yeah, so I was in that. I was a church visitor. So all these plays, see, that's what I missed out on my 7 minutes. See, when Miss Nisi put me in that play, I was just going to do it because she said she wanted somebody real because they went through domestic violence, and that's
Yeah.
what she wanted, was someone that experienced domestic violence, and I did at that time. And so that's why she put me in the show. Well, ever since from that show, there were people in that audience saw my performance, and then that's how I got other stage plays that led me up to these plays. So Edia, she was also a singer. Well, she wasn't trying to be in the show. It was just her son that was in the show. Archie was in that show as well. That's how I became friends with Archie and stuff like that. Matter of fact, your
Mike
people
L.
was in that show.
Shout
So
out
it's
Mike
like
L.
it was a lot of people in that show that I became connected with, and now I'm like all family with them. And we promote each other. I promote them. They promote me. Everybody know me from woo 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 because that's what I'm known for.
Woo, 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 woo.
You don't know nothing else. Eleanor always saying woo 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 woo. I always end it with a woo 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 woo. I'm known for that. I'm known for my crosses. I'm known for my hats, and I'm known for my boots. That's Eleanor Marie Williams. So
Straight like that.
this was my first magazine. Archie did that. And just to give you a little information, I will be on the December cover for Archie for 180. Mr. 180 Life for any prize. So I'll be on the December cover. So I was trying to save it for a surprise, but since we talking about Archie, I'm just going to put it out there for him that I will be on the December cover for the Enterprise for 180 Life. When I came back from New York, this is my first magazine cover for Slay Queens and Kings. This man, I can't think of his name right now because I just went blank. My pictures been blowing up since I came back from New York City. And these pictures that were selected from New York City, I don't know if y'all know anything about y'all celebrities, but y'all know y'all celebrities, that people that take pictures of celebrities, the main photographer that take pictures of celebrities, the guy is called Getty Images.
Okay.
Getty.
Getty.
So when I was in New York City, the guy was there from Getty, and I got 2 pictures from Getty. When you get a Getty image, that means you made it big time. Getty Images means that is the celebrities. That's the same photographer that take pictures of the celebrities. And so Getty means, let me break it down because my mom, it took a minute, but a lot of people don't catch it. So in other words, if he's known as a big photographer that takes pictures of celebrity, that means he's being selective of who he want to take pictures of. That means he ain't got to take pictures of it. It was a lot of models at this fashion show, and a lot of them didn't get no Getty pictures. They just got pictures.
Gotcha.
But when you have a Getty image on your picture, meaning that was a big time photographer that took this picture. So this picture right here was Getty, and then is this picture right here,
Okay.
and then the other picture that's at the bottom that's going back towards the end of the runway made Getty. It
Oh, that's
doesn't
you
have
too.
it on here, but my other pictures that have these pictures in my possession has Getty.
Yeah.
But when it becomes his property in the magazine, it puts his name on the picture, but we still gave the credit to Getty, that photographer of Getty. I can't pronounce his name, but I gave it credit to this picture and the other picture because it's Getty. So let me break it down again. That's let me know I achieved my dreams. So there's a lot of models that go to New York Fashion Week and they dream of having a Getty image. So when you have a Getty image, that means you the top of the line. It means your shit is on point. You know what I'm saying? So these two images that from New York Fashion Week was the best pictures from that designer in New York Fashion Week. So I would cherish this picture and this picture because they both got Getty on them. So ladies and gentlemen, let me break it down to you again. If you got Getty on your pictures, that means there was a top photographer that loved your work so much that they took a picture of it and they put Getty on it and it just promoted your brand even more on a whole different level. So if you get Getty on your stuff, and that's what's going on with my pictures, is like I'm getting more and more opportunities because of those Getty images. And I'm so proud of myself because I never gave up. So my thing is, we was talking earlier. Let me tell y'all something. Again, let me break it down to you. I am 53 years old. I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. But after my son was passing, I want to say I was about 19 or 20 years old. This didn't happen overnight, y'all. This took many, many years. We talking about 30, almost 40-something years. And all those long nights, I only had one successful show. And that was my New York Fashion Week. And when I came back from New York Fashion Week, I've been blowing up. So people be thinking, oh, you just got it going on. But I worked hard for this.
Yeah.
This is my day. This is my time to shine. Because I worked so hard to get to this point. So they just don't think, these people that's out here now, y'all microwave. I'm an oven. I've been simmering. I've been waiting to come out at the right time. I'm cooked. Y'all still not done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm cooked. I'm well done. So now it's time to show it off to the whole world who Eleanor Marie Williams is. And I'm showing my gift off every time that God bless me to see another day. So every day when I go home, I'm still working on my craft. I'm still working on me. I have 9 business that I'm working on that I've already got my name on it. So when I came back from New York Fashion Week, they're calling me now they call me the beautiful black butterfly. So I'm now known as BBB. I am now called Mrs. Black beautiful black butterfly. And the lady just put a woo 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 woo. If you check out my Facebook page, Eleanor ED Williams, because my Facebook page got hacked, so I had to come up with another page, Eleanor ED Williams. ED stands for my sons, Elvin and Devin. So if you go on my page right now, you're going to see the whole story that Tara just dedicated her model coach. She just put me on blast and named me as her model coach for her modeling academy that's just coming out. And she put a long post out on my page and tagged me on my page, thanking me for having me in her life. And ever since I came back from New York, people is acknowledging me my worth for the stuff that I did for her in New York City. So I want to give a shout out to Tara and I want to give a shout out to Angel because without them picking me to be they model to walk for them, their last model, and I'm the showstopper for Black Barbie Boutique in New York City. I want to give a shout out to them because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't even have the success that I'm getting in the magazines. I wouldn't even have the more success that I'm getting in movies and more stage plays. But now I'm doing so much, I have made a decision after I do the last stage play, which is Miss Niecy. It's called Temptation. She selected me from Temptation.
You know I'm in that, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm in that.
That's what's up. We in Temptation together?
Yeah, I'm Anthony.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm Anthony.
We're gonna be in our stage play together?
See, this lit, boy.
Man, come on, that's that chemistry up in here.
I about to say, cause shout out to Dana Marie. She was my last guest. She plays my wife.
Okay.
In Temptation, she was just here too. So I was like, man, and it's crazy. I was like, how things and like the universe and all that shit just works.
Yeah.
Like, you gonna meet the right people.
Yeah. And when you meet the right people, they bring out something out of you that you didn't even know. And then when they bring that out of you, it just makes you even more powerful.
Yeah.
See, and I didn't know I would never be an actress. And now I'm in another stage play that I just got selected for. Eve, it's called Eve, the Rib of Adam, and I just got selected for this stage play. His name is John. The lady name is Donna Holloway.
I think I've heard of her.
Yeah.
Because full transparency, I am a super rookie in the game. I say super rookie for
Yeah.
the thing is because I'm still learning this.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with still learning.
So, and I love to learn anyway.
Yeah.
So they be like, man, do you know this person? I say, no.
Am I supposed to?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I be.
Because people be talking like they be talking to you like you supposed to know this name. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because I was at an event, right? That's crazy. I damn near forgot her name again. I really did. But she was there and like she's big time. She's like the super like in the music industry. Yeah, so I apologize that I forgot your name again. For real. But I think she got offended that I didn't know who she was. Yeah, and I was like,
But you can't be like that. You know, some people's not on that level, so it's your job to make them understand who you are.
yeah. So I was like, what's your name? Because I guess she assumed I was supposed to know, and I didn't because what I always tell people, I don't look this way. I got peripheral vision,
Yeah.
right? But I don't look at other people like that. I don't look at other people like that. I look at what I need to go to. I focus on me because I'm not competing with you.
Yeah.
I'm not competing with you. I compete with this one.
Yeah. I can only be me. I'm not trying to be like you.
Exactly. I'm elevating me. I'm beating the old me. I'm beating yesterday's.
Yay,
You know
that
what I'm
part.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, so when I say I be laser focused on like what I got to get done,
Yeah.
it's no offense to anybody else. I just don't be paying attention
That
to
part.
like to you
Yeah,
because I'm
same
like
here.
I'm
It's all about me.
yeah. So I'm just focused.
Yeah, that's what's up though.
You showed me a picture of your son. If you feel like sharing, you
Oh.
share because
I
That's-
carry my son everywhere I
yeah,
go.
and that's super powerful because when I seen that,
Yeah.
I was like,
If it wasn't
That's
for
some
him,
real
I would even, this is like my motive. My son is my motivation, but my first son is actually
7-7, huh?
yeah, July 7th.
And then 12/22/91.
He was only a year.
Mm.
He was only a year when he passed away. So I carry this in my portfolio to remind me. Yeah, he's just like a lucky charm. You know what I'm
May I-
saying? Yeah. So
This is super powerful right here.
I-
I love stuff like this.
I did that for March of Dimes because that's what my way of giving back. If it wasn't for March of Dimes, the money that come from March of Dimes takes care of the premature babies going through the process of premature stages in NICU, which is newborn intensive care unit. So I give back by walking in memorial of my firstborn son. If it wasn't for March of Dimes, my son would have never made it on the first day of life. So the machines, the incubators, the everything, that's why I'm so like strict on when I see people, moms that's pregnant, make sure you don't smoke because I don't wish that on any mom for a child to go to an NICU if you can't bring your baby home. Once you go through that one time or even experience a snippet of that, a lot of women would shape up and do what they need to do to take care of their baby while they in their stomach for 9 months. And if you don't take care of your baby in your stomach for 9 months, you're gonna experience something that you would never wish you had never experienced. So when they told me that I was pregnant with my second child, I made damn sure that I was gonna do everything for my 9 months. I was gonna do everything, go to the doctor, do everything, eat. I did everything. And the last day of my at my job before I went on maternity leave, which I was at Now Care, my son was supposed to be induced on Monday, and it was the Friday, and so they said, "Well, you made it. He ain't made it. He ain't came out by now. We're gonna induce you on Monday." I'm like, "Okay, then cool." So that means I did everything what I was supposed to do as a mom, while he was in my stomach, and I was so happy and proud of myself. I did that. It was like it was a long journey because sometimes I didn't hear his heartbeat or he didn't move one day, and that kind of scared me. And I had a flashback from,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it was just like it was my job to make sure that I did everything, and I went above and beyond. I went to the library. I got books. I started singing to him. Because whatever you do while your baby's in your stomach, they soaking it up what you're doing. So I just took this upon myself because it was just me and my son and my family. You know, they was making sure that I was gonna be okay. They don't want me to go through what I went through with my firstborn. So everybody was real supportive of me, making sure I go to my doctor's appointment. My uncles picked me up from the hospital when it was time for me to come home with my son. So they was very supportive of my son on my second one because they knew what I went through with my first one, and they were showing support to make sure we are there for you because we understand that this baby is important. I told her that you ain't even got to be in the picture. Go on about your business. Thank you for helping me. You know what I'm saying? Because he was my high school sweetheart. And shout out to Kirby. He's the best dad because he did come at the right time to raise our son to be a successful man who he is. So I don't knock him, but in the beginning it was hard because all I wanted was another child. And
Yeah.
he did that for me. So I'm just happy that I did the best I could, and everybody, the coaches and everybody said, "Man, you raised a good son." He says, "Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am." He's a very respectful. He respects his elders. He take care of the women. He makes sure no woman don't pick up no bag. You raised a hella fine son. You did that. You did that. You ain't gonna have no problems. He went to college. He made records in high school. He broke records in colleges. And so if I die today or tomorrow, I'm happy and blessed because first of all, I achieved my goals. I have a list. My grandma always told me, write down what you want in life. When you write down stuff that you
Grandma
want in
real
life,
goddess out here.
and my grandma, rest in peace, grandma. My grandma instilled in me what I need to be doing as a woman, a black woman at that. My grandma told me things, this is what you need to do, and I did it. And those things made me successful who I am. I love to type. When I was in high school, I was a top of the line in typewriting. You know what I'm saying? That's all we had was typewriters. Then when I went to college, I said, Grandma, I don't know what to take in college. What I need to take in college? I don't know nothing about no college. What do I just know about basketball? This is what you're going to do. Computers. I said, what the hell? Computers? Yeah, get in computers. I'm like, okay then. You know why? Because you already know the keyboard. You already know how to type. So that's your plus being in the computers. You know how to type. So you learn the computers and you have a good computer job, which I do, which is at UPS and at U of H and other places that I work for, Baker Hughes and stuff like that. But not only that I was a big time basketball star, but I was getting paid for a student instructor because when we had the computer classes, majority of the people in the class didn't know how to type. They didn't know nothing about the keyboard. So the teacher was being overwhelmed with that because he's only one man. So he knew that I was the only one that knew my keyboard. You know what I need you to do? I need some help. So I need you to teach some of these people on know how to do their keyboard, like the basics of how to do the keyboard. I'm like, what? What? Yeah. In order for you to learn computer, you have to know the keyboard. If you don't know the keyboard, you can't learn the fundamentals of a computer. So the first basic is learn how to do the keyboard. So I'm up here in class getting paid, teaching people in class how to do the keyboard. And then once you get that down, then we can go and learn the process of the computers. When I say my life being a journey, it's been a journey. But I look at it, all the stuff that I've been through, I wouldn't be the person that I am without my testimony of everything that I've been through. Shout out to my pastor, ACJ Jefferson Jr. for Pentecostal Missionary Baptist Church, Crossway Fellowship of Believers on 8310 Southview in Sunnyside. Been there since I was 5 years old. When I was in Alaska and stuff like that, my pastor was always with me. No matter how far you go away from church, my pastor and my church family was always still with me when I was going through all the stuff that I went through in my life. And I'm still at Pentecostal. When I came back home to Houston, I went back to my home church, singing the choir, do everything, vacation Bible school teacher, all of that. I coach Little League football at Sunnyside Park. When I say I give back to my community, I give back to my community. I am a coach at Clutch City Well, it was I can't remember. Bio City Tar Heels was the first 2 years. Now we changed our name to Clutch City, the family. Is our new name of our team. Shout out to Kevin. He the one coaching my son. The only reason why I give back to coaching football, I don't know a whole bunch about football, but I know about discipline. Like you can have the skills, but your conduct got to be good in order to make it in this world. You can be the best player, but your attitude is nasty. You know what I'm saying? You can't have that. So that's what I'm teaching these boys: discipline.
That's why I made a shirt a couple episodes ago. Hopefully y'all go cop that too. Not just trying to plug my merch like that, but I'm still plugging my merch. It say gratitude greater than attitude.
Gotta get that.
So before we go, right, I got one messy question though. One messy question. Shout out to my messy behavior brethren.
You said messy.
Yeah, shout out to my messy behavior brethren on Twitter. Shout out to my boy Newton because I actually got like my own like newspaper on like Twitter, like in because I be doing versus battles. But shout out to my people in Titville. Y'all know who y'all are because I'm not about to run through that whole list of names. But who the better ball player, you or your son? That's the messy part I was talking about, y'all.
I'm about to get it to my son. But I have to say, if it wasn't for me, it wouldn't even be him. I'm the one that passed the skills, so if you good, that means you got it from me. So, you know, it goes both ways. It's Team Williams.
Yeah, but I know it's Team Williams, but are you saying that, so in the shootout, who will win, like right now?
Right now, it'll be my son.
Okay.
But I give him a run for his money, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like riding a bicycle. I might stop doing it for a little while. I tried out for the WNBA. Don't get it twisted. I went for that league, but when they wanted me to gain some more weight, I'm like, I can't do it. Seattle first came out, flew up to W. I played out for the Houston Jaguars, and for a little while, traveled with all them girls from the Comets and stuff like that. Yeah, all of them. Kim Parrott. Kim Parrott was my girl. R.I.P. to my girl Kim. When we didn't have no kids. You know what I'm saying? I was actually pregnant when I was on that team. And I didn't want to stop because I love basketball. But when they found out I was pregnant, oh, you got to stop. I'm like, fuck, for real? So it's just like we traveled to Louisiana. We traveled to Natchitoches. We did all of that. That was my first love. You know what I'm saying? My coach, O'Neal, was my basketball coach. Coach Elliott, Coach Oliver Brown was my track coaches. I played in the band, alto saxophone. My mom kept us busy in sports because if you was busy in sports, you didn't have no opportunity to get stuck in nothing else being bad in Sunnyside. You know what I'm saying? And Sunnyside back in those days was bad. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my mama, Sarah Gail Patrick Montgomery, for loving me who I am. I am her firstborn. If it wasn't for mama, 3 jobs. That's where I get all this from. It's from my mom. Yeah. My mom worked 3 jobs while I was the oldest trying to take care of her kids. But it made all of us successful. So at the end of the day, what I had instilled in me, I passed it to my son because it passed from my grandmother to my mom, to me, to my son. Because at the end of the day, all I'm trying to do is make my son successful because I became successful. And everybody say, when your son's successful, I'm successful. And they all say, well, you couldn't have been successful if it wasn't for your mama. So I look at it, you know, I'm the better one, but at the end of the day, it's like riding a bicycle. Don't get it twisted. I still got it within me. It could come back like riding a bicycle. You might not have done it for a while, but it'll come back to you, you know, when you get back in that mode and stuff like that. And I have a flashback, and then you piss me off, I'm going to really bring it on you, put that heat on you. So I give it to my son, Devin Jarrell Williams. That's my baby, Team Williams, baby.
And on that note,
woo, 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 woo.
Woo, 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 woo. I actually used to say that too, which is crazy. Cause that, like when he said that, it was like woo, woo, woo. Like that's like one of my favorite episodes.
I love some Martin.
Hold on,
it's funny. A lot of people don't know nothing about no Martin. Nobody don't even know where I get woo woo from. You know, little youngsters, little kids. Why you always say that?
But see, they
don't know.
They young. They ain't grow up in the golden era.
Yeah.
So with that being said, peace. Always peace. Definitely always love. Don't ever forget that. I always end my shit with this.
Yes.
Peace. Love.
Love.
Hair grease. Any final words?
Hair grease. Hair grease?
Hair grease. I always say hair grease.
Wow.
It's a message.
That's you, though.
But it's a message behind that.
I just want to end this. I thank you for having me. I love expressing myself. I love the opportunity of sharing my testimony, and hopefully it can help somebody, which it has other people. But I always want to thank God, because if it wasn't for God, and you have to really go through some things to really understand God, because in the beginning I didn't know. I knew about God, but I ain't really know about God. You have to really go through some things, and after going through the situation that I've been through with my first son, when you go through a situation, you understand God a little bit more better. When you read that Bible, you will understand the words more in that Bible, because you can relate to it, because you understand the pain behind it. You just not reading it. You can relate to it. So I thank God. I thank my family. I thank my people, my true supporters that really love me for who I am and always there for me no matter what. When I need their support, they're there for me. And I just want to say, y'all continue to pray for one another. Find out who you are. Don't be trying to be like somebody else. I cannot stand when somebody's trying to be like somebody else. Once you understand who you are, who God created who you to be you. I love me. And I'm in a fashion show that I train kids, and this is my 4th year. It's called I Love Me, July night in Stafford. And I love me. And
Definitely
I try
go out there.
That's Miss Niecy too.
Shout out Miss Niecy.
Miss Niecy, I love me, bringing in heat fashion show. But at the end of the day, once you understand who you are and you love who you are, you don't have time to be jealousy. You don't have time to be hating on nobody. And the world will be a little bit better if you just love who God created. Stop adding stuff to your body and accept who your body is. Stop trying to be like a Holly Berry and just be who God made you be. When you realize who you are and you accept who you are, you will be a better person in this world. You don't have time to be worried about that. I can't be you, and you sure cannot be me. And once you get that in your mind, that you accepted who you are, you're going to be all right.
We out this bitch.
Woo, 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 woo. Peace to Mike.